Hello and welcome to this week's Wild Spirits News. My name is Sibylle and today I'm going to tell you to get unstuck and take back your power. What I mean is something that probably all of us are familiar with and have done at least once in our lives. At least I don't know anyone who hasn't done this, and I'm including myself in this. And that is a situation where we either think or say and talk about something we want to do, and we never seem to get around to it. For more years than I care to think about, I postponed giving up a soulless job and moving back to the west of Ireland, where I wanted to be, and to downsize my life. Other examples are people who are saying, I'll leave my job and travel the world for a year, one day. Or I'm going to move to the countryside. Or I will prioritize my passion. And we are very good at justifying the fact that we're not doing this yet. And for some people, this goes on for, like I said, years in my case, or even months or whatever, but for a much longer time than it has to be. And we justify it to ourselves by some outward circumstance. That is the very good reason why we can't do it right now. But actually, the real reason lies not in the outside, but in our thinking. And this is very problematic. And so today you're going to learn to recognize your thinking patterns, your thinking habits, and a way to move past them. Task number 1 is called break the habit. You might have heard, you are what you think. And that is actually true, but it is true indirectly, because what you are is mostly the result of your actions, and your actions are the results of what you think. So the way you act is more what results from your from your ways of thinking. And if your ways of thinking are stuck, then you will be stuck. And here we were talking about giving power away to the outside. And so I'm going to list a couple of ways of unhelpful thought patterns, and you might or might not recognize yours in these. The first would be rich people or successful people are lucky in some way. Of course, there are some rich people who've just been incredibly lucky and won the genetic lottery. But there's any number of examples of people who made their success themselves, who came from very unfavorable circumstances and just did it themselves. So this belief is unhelpful because it's just not always true. And obviously, if you have the choice between believing that it's just luck, and if you're not lucky, then you've lost out, or if you believe it is possible to do this on your own merit, then which belief is more constructive for you? I'll leave you to decide that. The second example for an unhelpful belief is it's the circumstances aren't right. Or most of the time that is, the circumstances aren't right just yet. And the thing is that most people who did anything didn't have ideal circumstances. The circumstances will absolutely never be right. So just ditch this thinking of, I'll wait until I'm retired, or I'll wait until my kids are in school or out of school and at university, or I'll wait until this and that and the other happens. I need to finish my degree first. I need to learn something, none of this. The circumstances will never be right. If there's something you want to do it now. Life happens in this moment. And the third one is kind of related to that. That is the belief of not being enough or not knowing enough just yet. So I need to learn something first. I need to get a qualification. I need to somehow improve myself. I'm not an expert enough to do this just yet. And the truth about that is you can learn along the way. There's nothing wrong with doing it while you're already learning. When I became a coach, I was coaching people in various functions, various jobs since 2006. I didn't have a qualification yet, and so I didn't earn money from my coaching, but I was coaching and I was getting experience in coaching. And then when I decided, yes, this is actually what I want to earn my money from, that's when I got the qualification I finished studying for my diploma and got my diploma in 2013, and that's when my coaching business started. But I was coaching, by then I had been coaching for 7 years and had created a lot of experience, gained a lot of experience, and created a potential customer base and all this. So learn as you do. You can always educate yourself more along the way, but you learn a lot of things by actually doing the thing that you wish to be doing. Task number 2 is called Get Unstuck. So the first task, and that's why this was so important, was to recognize your thought patterns, and that it is your thought patterns that hold you back. So whether these 3 examples that I gave you apply to you, even if they don't apply to you, I hope you saw what I meant by thought patterns, and maybe this has inspired you to think of something else that is a thought pattern that you have that isn't helpful, or that. And the reason why these are not helpful, these particular thought patterns, is that they give the power away. That's what they all have in common. They project the power outside of yourself. So either it's luck, it's Lady Luck that is responsible, or it's the circumstances, the outside circumstances, or it's because you have to learn something more that you don't know just yet. It's always something from the outside that you need to gain or that you don't have. That is the reason, when actually it is just your thinking that makes it so important. So now that you've recognized this, it's time to turn it around. And I'll give you a couple of steps for that as well. So first of all, make a decision just now, right now. And you can do this during this video. And if you have to, stop the video and write it down for yourself. So this thing that whatever it is that you've been meaning to do and never got and aren't ready for yet, write down and make a decision inside that you are going to do it, and that you're going to do it now. The second step is do the first step. You know this from me, you've heard it before. You have to do the first step today. And I don't care what it is, I don't care how small it is, but do it today. Take the first step. Do not wait for anything else. Don't wait for another minute. As soon as this video is over, go and do the first step. Don't let yourself be, held back by something that is not in your own power. It's your power to take that first step. You're taking back that power. There's no more projecting it on the outside, remember. And the third step is get help. Enlist help along the way. Get coaching, get a teacher, get mentoring, get whatever help. Do a course, get books and read up. But, caveat, that third step cannot keep you from doing the first 2. So you don't wait until you got coaching. You don't wait until you got a teacher. You don't wait until you've read this book or completed the course or anything. None of this. You do this along the way. You still make that decision today, and you take the first step today and the second tomorrow, and so on and so forth. And along the way, just get help, because you don't have to do everything on your own. So that's it. And task number 3, as usual, is to let me know. What do you think of this? What is your main takeaway from today's video? And obviously, what is it that you're going to tackle? What are you going to do that you've been meaning to do? I'd love to know. Hit the reply button on the email that you got the link to the video with and tell me. I'll write back, I promise. And if you didn't get the link to the video in an email, that means that you're not part of the Wild Spirits community yet, and you should join us. Go to wildspiritscoaching.com and fill in that little form there. You will get 1 email per week. It's 100% spam free. And you'll get lots of additional information and articles, recommendations of books and other resources. And sometimes you get exclusive offers that are only for my subscribers that nobody else ever gets to see. So go to wildspiritscoaching.com and sign up. You can also Google Wild Spirits Coaching. That'll get you to the website as well. Thanks for watching.